Hey Pisces, welcome back to the channel. So I wanted to do a reading specifically for the sign of Pisces because I myself am a Pisces and we are going through a lot right now. We have 5 planets in retrograde right now and it really feels like we're at a crossroads and we're really being asked to sit and to integrate a lot of these energies. And I know that we as Pisces feel things on such a deep soul level, and there's so much happening. And really what I was getting in my meditation was to rest, reconfigure, and also to know that retrogrades don't rule you. You rule the retrograde. So astrology is a snapshot of what's going on in the sky, but you ultimately hold the power to change whatever or do whatever in your life. Don't let astrology rule you. If there's something that is needing to be done, or you feel as though, this is a lifetime opportunity that I need to take, but I really feel weird about signing a contract during Mercury retrograde. Don't let the fear override your opportunities. That's a really, really big one. So we're going to kind of do a little snapshot of what's going on in the energies for specifically Pisces. But let's get to it. Spirit, can I get some energies for Pisces for this Magic Moon Monday? What is happening? Big emphasis on receiving, because I think that there's a lot of integration that is being asked to happen. I really do feel like we are at a big crossroads with what we're being asked to do in our life. Yeah. Okay. We have death and we have the Star. Wonderful. So it really does feel like there's a big shedding of an old identity, an old way of doing things in order to really receive your blessings and receive your ultimate fulfillment of what you want your everyday to look like. And for most of us Pisces, our everyday is, we don't dream of work. We dream of being in service, but we dream of really utilizing our spiritual, emotional gifts to help others in this world. And a lot of us have been either in jobs or careers or situations that have not been shining the whole light on every facet of who we are. And we are shining bright like diamonds, baby. We are entering into an era where our light cannot be dimmed because we are stepping into really big leadership roles in the community and really allowing our innate divine spiritual wisdom to help guide others in this lifetime. Because ultimately, being born under the sign of Pisces, we have lived every zodiac sign. We are the last zodiac sign for a reason. And we have manifest here. Perfect. And we are in Leo season, and we are actually in the Lion's Gate portal, which is a really big energy for manifestation. So really what I'm getting from this is we are simultaneously releasing the old paradigm, the old structures of what we have built our identity around. And we're really starting to step into a new frequency and a new way of being in order for our innate talents and gifts to really rise to the surface. And it feels like a lot. It feels like, I don't know about you guys, but my energy has really been all over the place, and I've really needed to center and ground and allow this new period of life to come in and to really release the resistance of that. So releasing possibly a structure that used to make you money, or does make you money, and or releasing the comforts that have kept you comfortable, because now it really is about that growth. It's about that expansion that we are really being asked to step into. And I'm also getting that it's important to reach out to mentors and leaders that can help guide you so that you can guide others. So don't be afraid to ask for help. And then we have play at the bottom of the deck here. So a lot of embracing that water energy. It is still summer, so still tapping into that energy of play and to allow your energy to be filled and to illuminate the spaces that really want to shine. So that's a beautiful energy. So we're gonna do a little bit of a Celtic cross here and see what's happening for my home team. Spirit guides, what's going on for Pisces? Oh, right off the bat, we have the Ace of Cups. Yes. Okay. And then we have crossing the Ten of Wands. Ooh. What is below? What is in the subconscious? What's happening in the subconscious? Wow, yeah. So automatically we already have being led from this spiritual force. And I know that a lot of us have been feeling that. And it's now peeping out into the 3D world. I really feel like a lot of you are getting uncomfortable, like things are just kind of not really flowing in your comfort zones right now. Like weird things are happening because that is actually spirit redirecting you to something else, to something that's more heartfelt and more fulfilling. Yeah, we have a lot of major arcanas in this reading. All right, Spirit, what is the outcome? Yep. Okay. Woof. All right, so bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Wands. Yep, so you are continuously feeling a little bit burnt out, a little bit like, I keep fighting for this thing, but I'm not getting the results that I want. And it's really hard to manifest from a place of burnout. And we have the Ten of Wands crossing the Ace of Cups here. So it feels like you are coming from a place of love and open-heartedness, but the structures that are in place in your environment feel very heavy. It feels like you are carrying the weight of yourself and others while trying to simultaneously move forward in a divine energy and trying to move forward in a calling that you know is your purpose, and you know that this is what you and spirit have signed up for to do in this lifetime. But it feels like the thing that is still here hasn't been fully released yet. And that is where there's a little bit of feeling like things are delayed. And I see here in the past with this Temperance card that you have been patient. You have been really working on trusting in the timing of things. And now it really feels like that integration process is happening, and while simultaneously that death process is happening. So in the subconscious realm, we have the Hierophant, and this is Taurus energy. So it feels like a lot of you guys have been focusing on things surrounding your 3D world, and it could also be about finances, money, career, house, home, all of that. But I feel like Spirit is saying, like, you have accomplished that. Now it's time to elevate. It's time to trust in the foundation that you have built for yourself. And now we want you to come from a place of luminosity and radiance, and knowing that all of the grinding that you have been doing has been to get you to this point, because baby, in your future, you have the Queen of Wands, and this is the shadow work queen. This is also the entrepreneurial queen, and she acts from a place of passion, and she's not afraid to take risks. And I think that that's a really big energy that we've been called to step into, and knowing that the risks that you take will lead to your fulfillment. And it really has a lot to do with trusting that you have been acting on the divine guidance that you have been giving to give you this secure foundation in order for you to step into this role of being a leader, a mentor, a coach, whatever it is that you are really stepping out into. And there's a level of embracing the fear, embracing that things are not going to be all hunky-dory. Like, that's also a part of the growth. That's part of allowing a lot of this fear to also help elevate you and to help you realize that you can move in spite of fear. You can move even when things don't look perfect on the outside. And a lot of us Pisces can get into that analysis paralysis phase. We will dissect something and we will try to logically make sense of something, but things can look one way on paper all day. But if our heart isn't in it, if we are not feeling that reciprocity from our environment, baby, we will move. We will get up and we will make that tower happen. And that's exactly what this energy is calling you to do. It feels like a divine redirection is calling you. And I really do feel like this new direction is going to be filled with more authenticity, and it's also going to allow you to expand. I really feel like a lot of you guys are making something that is soulful and creative, and where you don't feel like you have to be confined in a box. And it really is, we are octagons. We are not squares. And we are such multi-dimensional, multifaceted people and signs that we do not operate well in confinement. We need room to swim. We are mutable water, and fish absorb whatever is in their environment. And we need environments that are uplifting and where we are growing and we are expanding. And I'm going to ask if your environment is reflecting that, because if it's not, then there may be some energies that are causing permeations and causing leaks in your auric field. And that is also causing burnout. It's causing fatigue. It's causing draining. And we're not operating at our fullest capacity to be able to serve. And when that starts to happen, Spirit is like, all right, you came down here to serve. You came down here to do this mission, but you don't have the energy levels to really make it happen. So we're going to make you uncomfortable to be able to step into, another level of looking at yourself to see where you are limiting yourself, because ultimately that is what's going on. You are limiting yourself to be comfortable, and growth does not happen when you're comfortable. And taking those risks is going to allow you to, one, see how strong you are and how resilient you are. But it's also going to allow you to tap into a whole other piece of you that you didn't even touch. You haven't touched yet. And Spirit's really asking you to sink deeper into those unknown pieces. And to do that, you have to rest. You have to allow this death process to really unfurl. And a lot of you guys are being challenged to be seen and to be heard and to release martyrdom. And those are huge lessons for Pisces, myself included. Oftentimes we are the peacekeepers. We can see all sides of situations, and we will we will self-sacrifice in order to keep the peace. And that is a lesson that Spirit's like, nope, you can't do that anymore. This is not serving you, and it's not serving others, because people look to you as an example. And stepping into a higher octave and in a higher frequency, you start to get higher level challenges. And so in the environment that they are asking you to really embrace is the sun. What environment allows you to be happy and radiant and fulfilled? And with your hopes and fears, this could also be about the movement forward. So the fear is taking the reins and moving forward with this goal or this vision. And ask yourself, where am I being held back? Is it because of lack of knowledge? Is it something that I can develop within myself to change? It's really asking the hard questions of, why am I limiting myself? Why am I staying stagnant? And the outcome here is the Two of Wands. So with the Two of Wands, this is somebody who is planning either travel, expansion, but this is an area of moving forward. So we're really being challenged to take up on those new opportunities. And I think that Saturn has been in Pisces for years. So that has been a lesson for us to really cultivate that discipline and to learn the hard lessons of saying no for temporary pleasure for long-term gains. And that's really hard for a Pisces, because we are flowing with the wind, we are flowing with the water. Whatever feels good, we want to embody that. Saturn is a very hard sign for Pisces to really integrate, but it is also one of the biggest lessons for us to really integrate into our being. And I think if we have allowed ourselves to learn the lesson of Saturn, we have really been placed in this wonderful financial stability that allows us to expand. It allows us to tap into that fire that when Pisces taps into, we are the bridge. We are the bridge between the etheric and the material. And when we start to really step into that power and we know it, we're able to change lives. We are able to really manipulate energies and using that for good. I don't say manipulation as, a bad term, but we really can change energy. We can shift it from, being one way of a lower, and we can also, Pisces are great at transmutation. We are master transmuters. And I think that also comes from having that higher level of wisdom to sink into that knowledge. And we're able to kind of turn off that rational and logical mind. We are the two fish. And we're able to allow that channel of divine flow to really imbued in our field. And that's what Spirit wants more from you, is for you to be in an area to receive that information and to express it out into the world. So using your voice, allowing yourself to be seen and heard, and to not be a wallflower. Really step into your power, step into the fire, because you know that we're going to come out on the other side that much stronger. This has been an amazing reading. I love it. So let's get some advice. Or actually, I'm going to do some tea leaf and see what else is here for us. Hills, obstacles to overcome. And I really think that that's just with the nature of where we're going. A period of ill health, depression. Yep, so we've been learning really hard lessons. We've been in the really heavy thick of it. It is also that 10 of Wands. We cannot carry everything. We're not meant to. And if we feel constricted, that energy is going to be stagnant. Carrot, opportunity or windfall. Yep. So in order for us to start to carry more wands, we have to release some of these other ones. We've got to let them go in order for us to be able to pick up new inspiration and new bouts of creativity. And we can't carry the weight of the world. And Candle, you will be shown the way. Love that. And this really is about trusting spirit. And it's also about trusting how far you've come and giving yourself grace and giving yourself a pat on the back. When's the last time you did anything for you? And it's also about filling your own cup, because I think Pisces often, we are so empathetic to the point where we forget that we also have needs. We also, Virgo and Pisces are the therapists of the zodiac. We take on so much energy. We're like sponges. We take on so much energy that we can't even see. And oftentimes, like we can get out of a heavy situation and we're like, why do we feel so dense? And that's not our natural frequency. Our natural frequency is actually very high and very vibrant. So they're really asking you to pay attention. Pay attention how you're feeling in environments. Pay attention to how you're feeling around certain individuals. And ask yourself if this paradigm, or is this person, place, or thing going to help serve me in my divine mission? And if it is, great. There may be just a little bit of tweaking in the routine that needs to be happening. Or is this a really big lesson on, okay, I need to release this entire thing to be able to lay a much more loving and balanced foundation. Ooh, we've got protect. We have patience. And we have worth at the bottom of the deck. And a lot of this really does bring up a lot of self-worth things. And ask yourself, do you feel like you are worthy to step into this frequency? Are you worthy? And we have the Emperor underneath the Nine of Wands, because I do think that you guys, a lot of you feel this magnetism and this power and this leadership. But I don't think that you have been in environments that suit the whole piece of you, the whole mind, body, spirit, astral, everything, every facet of who you are. I don't think that you have been able to shine bright like a diamond, because the environments that you have been in are dark. And absorbing a lot of that darkness will cause a lot of weight. So know that you are worthy. You are worthy of your dreams. You're worthy of your goals. And also allow yourself to lean on other people and lean on your support system. And then we have lighten up at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. So even though we can be in the dark, we're not meant to be there all the time. And I really do think that there's a big shift in asking you to really release a lot of that weight. And it may not be easy, it may not be comfortable, but in the long run, it will be more suited for you. I'm gonna get a goddess card to really give us some empowerment. Goddesses, what messages are here for the Pisces collective? Ooh, I love it. Okay, we have Rhiannon here, sorceress. This is believing in your magic. You are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. Pisceans, we are the etheric, witchy mermaids of the zodiac, and we need to be in environments that are like this. Look at how whimsical she is. She is so much in her power, and her environment suits that. And then we have purification at the bottom of the deck. It's time for a cleansing detoxification of your mind and body. Perfect. All right, Pisces, thank you for being here. I know this was a little bit of a longer one, but I really do think that we are really on the precipice of a big, big shift. And releasing the resistance to the change is going to be our biggest lesson. I'm also seeing the Wheel of Fortune in my head. So releasing these karmic lessons that you don't have to be a martyr, you don't have to be self-sacrificing, you don't have to continuously give away pieces of yourself to get to where you want to be. Don't self-sacrifice, because in the end, it is just doing you harm. Allow yourself to step into that empowerment and that frequency that we really came down here to embody. I love you guys so much. And if you guys need anything, you know where to find me. Otherwise, have a beautiful, magical week. Blessed